I'm gonna tell you something, Drake. You can never be hip hop. You can never beat it. You can never outdate it. You can never settle it. You can never push it away. You can never defeat it. You can never fade it. You can never even try to dialogue it to go your way, to perfect it in your way, to even trying to cop a sue the way that you did with Kendrick Lamar and UMG over Not Like Us, to push the narrative that hip hop is supposed to be about, going at it with your enemy. You're not like us, and I understand that. But one thing I must say, you tried your best. If you would have won that lawsuit, that would have meant that people had to be careful what they said and how they tried people, disrespect people, and how they came at a person when it came to hip hop battles, or, you know what I'm saying, just the battle of hip hop itself. You can never do hip hop. You can never disrespect hip hop. You can never outdo hip hop, my brother. And that's something that you had to learn the hard way. You thought you had it all figured out, huh? You thought you had it all planned out. You thought that your lawyer and your peoples were going to go ahead and make sure that hip-hop paid you the favor or gave you the honors and the flowers that you deserve, when you yourself didn't even write your own classics, when you yourself ain't even respected hip-hop. You cheated hip-hop. And you think hip-hop was going to give you your roses and condemn you as one of the greatest of all time and even place you as being the greatest like you said? I'm sorry, bro. One thing I'm going to tell you, you will never be Eminem. So that little comment that you said about Eminem in your Twitter, Eminem will destroy you. Kendrick Lamar put you out the game forever. But Eminem will literally put you in a coffin, bro. So respect the game and respect the fact that Kendrick Lamar right now, he's having the career of a lifetime, that he is, man, having the time of his life, and he's brought hip-hop back to a standard that I don't think no rapper has done ever since Eminem. And I'll be honest with you, you know what I'm saying, losing Tupac and losing Biggie, and, you know, Nas taking a long break and everything, which Nas is still coming out with sensational music. That's my dog. The Clips, you know what I'm saying, also bringing hip-hop back. Tyler, the Creator, Glorilla, you know what I'm saying, people to that level that are bringing hip-hop back to a standard to where we haven't seen in a long time. And Kendrick Lamar is the standard right now. But I'm talking about hip-hop itself, the meaning, the culturalism, the standard, and just what it means to be with hip-hop, to love hip-hop, to understand hip-hop, to give hip-hop the flowers that it definitely deserves, because it has been out for so long and it's never failed nobody, and especially from all the greats and all the GOATs and all the ones that are legendary within the hip-hop world. You can never outdo, outfade. You can never run miles or run circles around hip-hop. You try to do that and look what it did. It beat you. It defeated you. It demoralized you. It disintegrated you. It disrespected you. And it came back and it flipped it on you like karma is a what? Exactly my point. You try to define hip-hop to being a Drizzy culture, a Drake culturism, or I'm going to take hip-hop so it could be safe for other brothers out there, so other brothers won't be discriminated and hated and perpetrated in that way. By the way, that's a bar. But hip-hop told you otherwise. Hip-hop told you, no, no. Like my little niece say, no, 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 no. That's exactly what hip-hop did to you. Just exactly what my niece be telling people when they be messing with her. It's like, no, 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 no. Hip-hop was just not allowing you. Hip-hop is not going to go ahead and flip its script and perpetrate itself, because hip-hop has always been hip-hop. So they just talk about the way you perpetrated it, the way you decided to maneuver it and put a navigation to where it only showed more despise and more demise and more lies and more of a disintegration when it came to you. Hip hop will always be hip hop to those that are real and that keep it real to themselves and that keep it real to their lyrics, that keep it real to their flows, that keep it real with no ghostwriters, that keep it real to dropping albums and dropping singles and dropping bombs. But you see, you wanted to cheat hip hop. You think that you wasn't going to be caught up and you wasn't going to be exposed for having ghostwriters, for writing all your lyrics and all your classics? Please, child, please. Hip-hop does not discriminate, but hip-hop also doesn't allow itself to be disrespected or being discriminated at all. Hip-hop it's where we can allow ourselves, you know what I'm saying, to cry, to be angry, to be motivated, to be skillful, to be dreadful. You know what I'm saying? Like to let go of everything that your feelings, your thoughts, your anger, your fears, your pain, your struggles, your troubles. Hip hop forever. And you try to change that narrative by suing UMG and Kendrick Lamar for Not Like Us. And look, it backfired on you, bruh. You would never, ever beat hip hop. Hip hop, it's more than just music and just rappers and just hip hop rappers with bars that come through, you know what I'm saying, and just be killing, annihilating opponents or they rap battlers, beef contestants, whatever the case may be. Hip hop has a standards, it has a meaning, it has a mutual respect when it comes to hip hop. And if you can't understand that, then you don't belong in the hip hop culture, my boy. You don't belong in the hip hop status. You don't even belong in the hip hop legendary book. You know what I'm saying? Because all you trying to do is not try to rewrite it. Okay, we can't go at it with each other like that. We can't curse at each other like that. But I can diss you, but you can't diss me. Because as soon as you diss me, I'm finna go ahead and put you on paper. I'm finna go ahead and put you in the courtroom. I'm finna go ahead and press a lawsuit against you. Hip hop don't do that. Hip hop allows you to let it all out, my brother, even if it's disrespecting your kids, your sister, your mother, your cousin. Hip hop rap battles has no rules. And I just recently did a video of Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, you know what I'm saying? Not to put their kids in their beef or whatever. But I also said hip hop has no rules. When you put yourself in that category where you want to rap against somebody in hip hop, anything goes. Anything. It doesn't matter how far you go and who you hurt in the process. But Drake want to go ahead and talk about, I studied rap battles for a living. If you really studied rap battles for a living, then you should have studied Pusha T when he first tried you. You talking about, oh no, he took it too far. That wasn't respectful. He mentioned my best friend in his illness. That's not right. That's not supposed to be represented in that way. That's not what hip hop is all about. Man, that's what hip hop is all about, brother. The deeper you go into disrespecting somebody, the stronger the message and the deeper the message of the song and the progression of the song will get, and that's how fans and more people will digest into that song. So don't discount hip hop, my brother. Hip hop is what made you. Hip hop is what brought you out. Hip hop is I'm wrong. Pop culture is what brought you out, because you're more of a pop lyricist than actually a hip hop lyricist. Your music is greater when you write about women and how they break your heart and how they cheat on you and you cheat on them and how they're not perfect but you're not perfect and all this thug persona that you try to put in, you know what I'm saying? And then in the video talking about what did I miss? You coming out with all these guns. That's not you, Drake. That's not you. You're more of a lady, you know what I'm saying, pop singer. That's why women love you so much. That's why you got so many women around you. Because of your pop hits. And most of your pop hits probably ain't even written by you. It's probably written by somebody else. And you taking all the credit for it like you done in your hip hop music. You take all the credit for it when it's somebody else that's done all your work. But let me tell you something again. Hip hop does not discriminate. And it won't allow you to disrespect it either. That's why Kendrick Lamar and Eclipse, as in Pusha T, and so many others are elevating and are escalating to the top of the world and the top of the Rushmore mountain, bruh, because hip-hop doesn't allow no liars. Hip hop doesn't allow nobody that is gonna disrespect a real MC, a true rhymer, and a true rap battle rapper. It's not gonna let you. It's gonna call you out for what it is. And that's exactly what hip hop did. So Drake, if I was you, I'm just giving you an idea, You should go ahead and take the MGK, route, you know what I'm saying, and just do your pop music, because gangster music and dissing people in that way, which you had a pretty long run, Rick Ross, you had so many people that you was battling against with. I'll be real with you. Yes, you did. You had a little run there for a minute. But when it came to Kendrick Lamar, that was it, bro. Oh, first Pusha T. Because that was the first man that, put you out there and you just couldn't come back from that. And then, all these people like from Texas, which I'm talking about, Jay Prince and all them came with the excuse, oh no, we stopped him. He had a song that he wanted to drop after that, and it would have been a lot of trouble and a lot of drama. Why the fuck he ain't dropped it? That's why it's called hip hop. That's why it's called rap battle rivals. Hip hop forever. And then after that, you know what I'm saying? You went on a long run. I'm talking about a 10 to a 15-year run, non-stop, bruh. And I can't deny that. You understand what I'm saying? But then you decided to commit your biggest mistake of all time, trying Kendrick Lamar. And we see the results. We see what happened. But you still keep on disrespecting hip hop it's not wrong. How you gonna put somebody in court and hit him with a defamation of character or defamation for a song that made hundreds of millions of fans fall in love with it? Until this day, it still resonates throughout the world. Look what Kendrick Lamar just did in Argentina. 85,000 people they're not like us. They're not like us. And that's 2 years after the fact. Boy, hip-hop is beautiful. And that's something that you can't do, Drake. You cannot disrespect hip-hop. Hip-hop is always going to be hip-hop. And hip-hop is always going to resonate on those that love hip-hop. It's not about... I'm sorry. I was going to say something ridiculous. I was going to say something that wouldn't even correspond. My bad. My guy. It is not what you think it is, bro. Hip-hop is not where you want it to be in your standards, in your comfortability. Hip-hop is at because of what these magnificent rappers and artists is, and just rappers that diss each other, accomplished throughout all the years of what hip-hop is all about. And we all know that it all started in New York, you know what I'm saying, with some of the greats, you know what I'm saying, KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, and the list just goes on and on and on, bruh. LL Cool J, and the list goes on, the Fat Boys, the Beastie Boys. That's a group that a lot of people don't mention. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? The Beastie Boys, they were one of the baddest boys in the world. It's just so many of them, you understand what I'm saying, that I could keep naming that were out there doing their thing, bro. You feel me? As in also Queen Latifah, Yo-Yo. There was a lot of real females, MC Light, which is my favorite female rapper of all time. You feel me? There's so many. Miss Hurricane. There's so many. There were rappers in Texas back in them times that were eating dudes for dessert with their rhyme skills. You understand? But a lot of sisters don't get the respect back then that they get today. And even today, I don't think they get the respect that they deserve. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is a sensational rapper, bro. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes she just goes a little too far with that. Yeah, she got to stop that. You know what I'm saying? Like Remy Ma, you know what I'm saying? That's another sensational rapper. I'm not going to take that away from her, even though she tried Papoose and disrespected Papoose the way she did. You know what I'm saying? It was Papoose that wrote Sheeta, the one that killed Nicki Minaj for so long. You understand what I'm saying? But Drake, I'm going to just be honest with you, bro. You cannot disrespect hip-hop. You can't take hip-hop and make it be yours. Hip-hop is out there for all the real battle rappers, the real true MCs, the ones that dedicate themselves and prepare it with love, passion, dedication, preparation, motivation, you know what I'm saying, and move in a different way. That's what hip-hop is all about, you know what I'm saying? dropping that pen and dropping that paper and grabbing that microphone and let it all out, bruh. And the best is that's gonna be on top of the Rushmore when it comes to hip hop. You understand what I'm saying? Don't expect yourself to always be on the top, and especially when you cheating the game. There's no such thing as always being on top of the world when it comes to the hip hop culture, bro. Hey, you have your time. What comes up must come down. You know what I'm saying? Nothing stays on top forever, bro. You have your time, and your time passed. You had a 15 to a 20-year period where you did your thing, and you cheated the game. You cheated it. Basically, having ghostwriters, having people writing your classics, and you lying your ass off throughout your whole career saying that you was the one that wrote it and wrote all these songs and all these classics, and you always took credit for them and never credited the people who actually did it for you. So you see, you put yourself out there. Your narrative has been put out there. But that's not even the part that I even want to talk about when it comes to this. What I just want to say is, you know what I'm saying? You should have taken a better intelligence and a better method to the occupation of what you do when it comes to this metaphor that we call hip hop. You should have done it differently. You should have just go ahead and done it like a man. And if you lose, like Eminem says, hey, when sometimes a nigga lose, you know what I'm saying? If you lost, look at a man on his face and shake his hand and go about your business and improve, get better, you know what I'm saying? Grab your paper and pen and start writing more shit that makes more sense and it makes more powerful of sense to what your music is all about, you know what I'm saying? Where your influence and your motivation can be more skillful and more dangerous when it comes to the microphone. And when MCs try to step up to you, you ready. You ready to kill, you ready to designate, you ready to annihilate, you ready to separate, you ready to cut heads off when it comes to your lyrics. Instead of putting lawyers and lawsuits and pointing fingers at record labels, the record label that feeds you on top of that. You know what I'm saying? When you do that, it makes you look weak. It makes you look pathetic. It makes you look like a sore loser. And in reality, you are a sore loser. And I don't mean to be disrespectful, but you're a sore loser. You couldn't take a loss because of not like us. So imagine if Kendrick Lamar would have kept on dishing you with different tracks. Boy, I think hip-hop would have been under fire. I think the whole hip-hop empire would have been in court. You know what I'm saying? Because of what you would have been told about hip-hop. Hip-hop doesn't do that, my brother. You take that loss, you shake hands like a man, you keep your chin up, you hold your head up high, and you keep marching forward, and you walk straight. Don't narrow yourself to walk with your head down and then pressing lawsuits. Talk about Kendrick Lamar called me this, he called me that. When? You look like LeBron James, actually, if you really want to be frequent about it. But come on, you're a 40-year-old man acting like you're 20 years old. At your age, my brother, it's time for you to change. You're 40 years old, still trying to resonate with 20-year-olds and 15-year-olds and 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds. What is wrong with you? It's time for you to grow up, G. You're 40 years old, Drake. What is wrong with you? And hip-hop is never going to change. Hip-hop is forever going to stay loyal to itself, real to itself. It's never going to perpetrate or hate or stab you in the back. Hip-hop is hip-hop, and it will forever win on top of you. That is my message to you. Hip-hop will never lose. And for everybody else, y'all drop your comments down below. This is your boy Jalo, so I'm out of yo. Peace.